how the very people that are so quick to tell you what they don't like in somebody they'll never meet.
All right, Shalom family. I apologize. It is extremely noisy, and I still got to get some work done, as you can hear from time to time on the pump steering or on the power steering fluid. Right, got the power steering pump done, but I still got to get some other stuff done with the winding on the hoses and everything. That being said, hey, this is an excellent thing to talk about. He said he was going to be real quick with his, and feel free to listen to him. T. Nathan, my big brother, always coming through with some great stuff. I'm gonna sit down a little bit on this. I'm gonna sit down on this a little bit. He came in with a quick drive-by and hit y'all with something real quick. I'm gonna sit down on this one a little bit because he's spitting bars, and I love this. What he's saying, if you didn't go back and watch what he's talking about yet, is be careful about all these things you have to say about persons that are fake and you've never met them, but you don't check your circle to see who's in your circle, and you around them every day, and they faker than anybody you might meet, or even if the person that you're talking about, who's a star, celebrity, somebody, etc., even a so-called TikTok stars or whatever that means, you'll talk bad about persons and never once look in your own circle. It's kind of almost like when you have persons that speak, like I speak a lot, obviously, on philosophy, religious belief, etc., and a lot of persons have a lot to say about me. And then when I start looking at their lives, I realize I shouldn't be worried about these other persons at all, because looking at how they live, how they operate, what they do, etc., like they don't even live up to what they're holding me accountable to. That's a great thing for influencers to recall, and always keep close to the vest that, hey, a lot of these persons, you're at least willing to put yourself out. Prayerfully, you're trying to live up to what you say you do, but at least you're trying to put something out there, hopefully positive, and you're willing to put yourself out there to even give somebody an opportunity to speak all this ill and fantastical foolishness about you and your family, etc. Right? Meanwhile, a lot of these persons, they don't live what they say. Now, I also can speak on this from the other side too, where I don't know if I was always talking trash about somebody else, but you can easily notice when somebody else, because they're more famous, is obviously going to have more of their business on the street. And so you can easily notice when somebody else is really messed up, really jacked up, does something incredibly crazy or lazy or whatever you want to get on them about. Meanwhile, if you're not careful, you're not paying attention to the very things that are messed up in your life. Everybody got something to say about that Will and Jada love now, but where's your marriage at? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got something to say about TD Jakes, and because we don't know what he really did or didn't do, but he definitely is not looking great. That being said, everybody can say something about TD Jakes, but what are you doing with the people that you have a pulpit with, the people that you give words of encouragement for? What are you doing to make sure that you're not in places, whether it's homosexuality or what, persons are arguing about it, whatever? What are you doing to make sure that you're in alignment with the word of the Most High, or whatever your so-called social standard is, or moral standards are, right? That's more important than some of this other stuff. So yeah, everybody got something to say about somebody else. Everybody always got something to say about what somebody else isn't doing, or how they're not great enough, or how their family could be better. But you look at their families and boy, all right. I remember I used to hear this person talk so much about love and honor and this and that, and then I realized one day, whenever he lifted up his hand, his wife would flinch. You know what I'm saying? Right? But he'll tell you about how everybody's marriage is and how morality is, and these children ain't acting right. And I'm like, bro, your wife is afraid to be around you. So just kind of think about all that. Great point, big brother T. Nathan. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you much. Love all y'all. Y'all take care. And even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, hopefully at least you allowed it to permeate as seed goes into the ground. If it's supposed to grow, then it's supposed to grow. If you have ears to hear it. If not, I hope you still enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.